as to Jabin, I forgot what he was, sorry, at the brook of Kishon, which perished at Endar. And what happened to them? They became dung for the earth. Right. Sorry about that. Now, which is dung? Which is, what is dung? Shit. They became shit upon the earth, for the earth. They became dung for the earth. They became, and what is dung? Dung is what you plant. You could use to plant stuff with. But dung is very good actually, because these animals, they eat only vegetable. No, not vegetables. I mean green grass. Right? They eat only grass. Excrement of animals, manure. Manure is what you can use to plant stuff. You know, crops, fruit, vegetables. Right, because it's healthy for the ground, because it's chewed up grass and all other type of vegetable, like green things, right? Okay, so you can use that. But if you start feeding the animals nonsense, which things they are not supposed to be eating, then the dung will be kind of messed up, you know. Right, so they're all in confederate. They know why they come together, to bind together to fight against us, because they know that once we get our powers, the sons of Israel, once they get their power and their grip upon their neck, then they're gonna die. And they know this. So that's why they fight with all their soul. They fight for their lives. They're fighting for their lives in order to keep us down. You see, remember, Jeza, always in the mangas, right? You know what I'm saying? They got the strong guy, right? And then you always have like 5 people fighting against him, you know, against one. Look at Thanos, for example. Look at Apocalypse, for example. Look at all these superheroes. Look at the, how you call him again? Oh no, my main man. What's my main man name? Ultron. You always have like 5, 6, 7, 10 people fighting against one. You know, of course they're gonna win. For now, because that's the script. And this script, according to the Heavenly Father, is that all these nations, and there's more because Elam is not mentioned here, but if you read the book of Jeremiah chapter 49, if I'm correct, you will see Elam. You will see him there. Okay, so he's also against us. And Japhet, you know. But still, the point is, all of them coming against one nation of people. And they've been winning for a couple of centuries now. A couple of thousand years, actually. Yeah, on and off. But in a straight line, they have been winning since 1492, which would make that about 533 years, something like that. They have been winning, right? They've been winning for like 533 years, something like that. Plus minus. Right. So, Ultron is alone. Apocalypse is alone. Thanos is alone. What would happen if Apocalypse and Ultron and Thanos come together and fight against the Avengers and stuff like that, and all these stupid people? What do you think would happen? They can't even beat one correctly without all them come together. They couldn't even beat one. He's too strong for them. They have to come together, and then they win. They have to, or else they're gonna lose. What do you think is gonna happen when the You see, this is why the scripture said, "Comfort ye one another with these words," because these scriptures, they make you laugh. You see what I'm saying when I laugh sometimes when I read the scriptures, you know, because I know, like, oh shit, I know, and then I look at the movies and I see the things that happen in real life, and I'll be like, oh, that's why they come together, because they know they're gonna get fucked up. They know they're gonna get messed up, and they can't win. They know this. That's why they have to lie, cheat, steal, brainwash, use house negroes against you, set them up against each other, divide and conquer. They have to do this, or else they won't succeed. You have to understand these devils, man. You gotta understand them in order to break their ass down little by little. Once you get their power, we're gonna break their ass, man, and we're gonna keep them together too. Why? See, I would rather them be together, because once that fight comes, you know, I'm almost done. But once that fight comes, you know, then we'll really do you some harm. Really do you some harm. You know, really gonna do you some harm. Now, this is the book of Micah, chapter 7, chapter 5, verse 7. Now it says, yeah, I'm gonna call these people, man. Telling me what's wrong with the internet. Micah 5 and 7. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people, many of them, as the dew from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass, that tarrieth not for man, nor waited for the sons of men. Yeah, it doesn't. The showers doesn't wait for you. The rain, it doesn't wait for you till you get a place, till you find a place to hide. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion at that, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who, if he go through, both tread it down and tear it in pieces, and none can deliver. Thine hand shall be lifted up upon thine enemies, and all thine enemies shall be cut off. 100%. The word all means 100%. All of them. Zechariah 12 and 7. Yahweh also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. In that day shall Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of the Lord Yahweh before them. Who's the them? And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations, them. Yes, them. The house of David is going to be as an angel of Yahweh before them, all the nations that come against Jerusalem. That's why when I look at movies like Ultron, like Apocalypse, like Thanos, I'm looking at me. I'm like, yo, they're fighting against us. That's us. We gonna butcher you, man. All y'all coming together, and y'all gonna crumble once that time comes. But in the movies, you win. But as a matter of fact, in reality, you have been winning for a couple of 100 years, you know? And you got bold with it too. Very proud, like this female over here. Proud as shit. Talking about the country is going to shit. What?
They're South Africans.
She's not talking to the African people. She's talking to the Edomites living in South Africa. You see, you got to watch these words. You got to pick up on these little devils, these little stabbing words that they're doing.
24 days ago, we had a home invasion.
Mm-hmm.
My fiance was murdered.
Popcorn.
And I was wounded 6 times.
You was wounded, okay.
The way I'm feeling right now,
it's the same way that my ancestors was feeling. It's the same way that the Hamites was feeling. They're not my ancestors, but yeah, y'all murdered them too.
This country is going to shit.
Really? I never noticed that. Okay. Cool. Psh. Wow. Okay.
Now my question is when will South Africans start standing up?
Yeah, I was always asking myself, like, when will the real South African Hamitic dark-skinned people, when will they stand up against you Dutch people that are colonizing, raping, robbing, and murdering these people, taking their land, starving them to death, murdering them, torturing them, burning them, having their penises how you call that thing again? Vinegar. In vinegar. Yeah, doing shit like that to them, hanging them, torturing, burning them.
When we have a minimum of 3 people dying per hour.
And that's exactly how many people, no, not exactly, that's even more. Because the Native Americans used to have 600 million people before the settlers came there, the devils came there. They call themselves settlers. Oh, they settled down, all right. But before they came there was about over 600 million. now in 2007 when they counted, it's 2023, but I'm talking about when I have this video, they counted, there was only 7 million of them left in that particular place. Really? I'm gonna let you talk on.
That is being murdered,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing is being done to protect our South Africans.
Really? Wow. So you're the South Africans, not the South Africans that are actually there before you even existed in that country, in that land, but you're the South African now. I thought you was a Dutch person living in South Africa.
And my fiance was extremely brave,
Really?
and he had protected me
Okay.
with his life.
Mm-hmm.
And my question to you is, when does the crime affect your household?
It already did. It had been doing for the last fucking 400 years. How about that?
When does it become your family members that gets murdered?
They already have been murdered, day and night, every day. We're still affected by that until this day. Why? Because until this day we can't even fucking feed ourselves. We don't have our own water. We don't have our own food. We don't have our own clothing. They're selling a bunch of prostitute type clothing in the stores for our children. And when I go to the store, I know what these children are actually facing, but they don't think because they can't, because they're too young. They're stupid. Why? Because when I go to the store, I can't find clothing in my size. Everything is fucking small now. They did that on purpose. Back in the days, I could go to the store, I would find big things, even too big for me. But now, those even too big. Listen, man. I used to be able to just buy extra large. Now, if I buy extra large, that thing look like I'm trying to put on Superman suit. It's a legging. It's a stretch on thing. Now I have to buy like 3 times XL or 4 times XL. Which normally was actually it's still big, 5 times XL, okay, that's too big. 4 times kind of fits me. It didn't fit me back in the days, so they smallened it. I don't know what they did, but they I know what they did. Sorry, let me say it good. I don't know how to say it, but they made it smaller. Let's say that. Extra large now used to be a large, or even a medium. Okay, I'm not sure about the medium, but I'm sure about the large. An extra large now used to be a large back in the days. So go figure. I have to buy a size bigger now in order for it to fit a little bit more comfortable. Anyway, I don't want to watch this garbage. Going on. Right. Let me finish this up because I think I'm done. Confederacy. Yeah, I was thinking about this, right? I'll end it with that. Right, so yeah, I already talked about this. I'm gonna leave this link in the description box. Maybe you want to have fun just looking at these houses, which you know that Esau is going to build for you. Not exactly this, because this just looks stupid. I wouldn't want so many glass in my house, everybody looking in my house. No, I want privacy. So I'm gonna just look at these things and just get an idea of what I want. It's like window shopping or something like that, right? Because they're gonna build up our houses, man. And we're gonna own places like this, and then we're gonna build our houses there. Well, they're gonna build it for us. And let me see. Yep. Let me see what I have more. Confederate, yes. Accomplice, yes. Booty, I talked about that. Just watch this video. Ukraine, oh yeah. Ukrainian kids stolen by Vladimir Putin's regime and taken to Russian camps. Now, whether they are going to organ harvest, I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm going to read a scripture for you, what's happening to them right now, which is something that is hilarious to me. Hilarious. Why? Well, I'm going to show you. Deuteronomy 30, no, 128. Deuteronomy 28. Hilarious. I have to say it like that, since they think they're cute, right? They're cute, right? They're freaking cute, right? Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. But there's another one that I was here. Deuteronomy 28 and 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. And also you can interpret the scripture like this: thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, because you go to school, you go to work, and your children, and then analog clock. It's like this. You have your children 6 o'clock. Let me see. Eh? Oh, okay. 6 o'clock, analog clock. Okay. Wow. This is very strange. Okay, let me just talk. Now, this is 6 o'clock, right? Now, you have, let's say your children go to school about 8 o'clock, right? Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hours at school, right? And then 5 o'clock, wait, you go take your children up 4 o'clock. Around 5 o'clock, you're home. Sometimes maybe 6. It depends on where you live. But I'm going to just keep it simple, 1 hour. It takes to get home. Okay, cool, okay. So now these Edomites have your children for 8 hours a day. And then you have your children from 5, well, actually 4. 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 8 o'clock they need to go to bed. To rinse and repeat that same shit again. It's shit. Yeah. It's very irritating. And a lot of children don't want to go to school. They don't feel like it. But then, yeah, they're forced because you're going to tell them to. So from 4 o'clock until 8 o'clock, you have your children. That's about 4 hours. And you're not going to be able to actually spend good quality time with them, like teach them something or whatever, because you're most likely tired. You most likely want to fix them food, and also yourself. And then, you're going to sit and just fall asleep or whatever because you're tired. You came from the job. And then the next morning, you're going to rinse and repeat the same thing for 5 days straight, every day of the year. Well, except for the so-called these feast days, whatever, these unholy days. And they have your children 8 hours a day from Monday to Friday. And then when it's Saturday and Sunday, you don't really see your kids because television got them now. Or sometimes you might just spend a weekend with your children or whatever. But you're not going to be able to do it all the time because they have unlimited resources, because they have unlimited amount of teachers that are willing to come and work for them, be their soldiers on the front line, teaching your children their garbage. And you don't have that manpower because it's only one of you and your wife, which the goddamn bitch is going to most likely leave you, because nowadays the majority of the couples are single. Or she has another man waltzing around your children, so yeah. You got to deal with that too. But still, you don't get to enjoy your children. That's the point. You don't get to enjoy them. And even if you do, you have clothing in the stores which you wouldn't want your daughter to be wearing, but you can understand them going through some madness. They don't know that there were better clothing back in the days. You need to teach them, because you know that when you went to the store back in the days, you didn't have female clothing in men's section. Those things are too tiny to be for a man. That's for children, boys or whatever, or for women. Men are bigger than that, built bigger than that. Why are my clothes that tight? But as a young child, the child doesn't know better, so they're gonna go with what their friends have on the, in the schools and stuff like that, and the people on television, they're gonna go with that. So they clothe us. They clothe our children. They clothe us too. Look at the females. If you go to an Arab country, Do you think that you're gonna find these type of clothing that these females wear now, especially in the summertime here in Europe in the summer? It's not as worse as England. They're worse. Oh shit. America's Top Gun. They walk with bikinis on the street over there. I've seen pictures, videos, and stuff like that. They walk with bikinis on the street, and that's in the summer places like where it never snows. I think it's Miami or something like that, where they go on the beach and they roller skate and they train on the beach, pump and lift, lifting pumps or pumping lifts, whatever they call it, lifting iron, pumping iron on the street. And I see people in their underwear over there. I'm like, God damn, what the fuck? And some of these females actually, they look good. Be like, whoa. It's a shame to see your daughter walking around like that. Fucked up. But anyway, you cannot enjoy your children because that's what they're gonna emulate. But thou shalt not enjoy them. But anyway, back to here. They're taking their kids from them. And do we care? No. There's some Jeffrey Epstein all over the place. So they've been doing these things. And when they was doing it unto our people, and they're still doing it until this day, nobody cares. So why should you? You shouldn't. Their kids are being stolen. And they doesn't even look like their kid. Their child look Asian. So-called Asian. I'm going to leave this in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1. Well, I don't need to read this. You already know the curses and stuff like that. That is coming. That is up on us, and it's coming upon them. So I'm gonna read this. Matthew 12 and 26. If Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Matthew 3:26. If Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but had an end. And we are in their end right now, because that's why they say America is now more divided than ever. They're not talking about you, because America is built on division, dividance, whatever they call it. I think it's dividance. I don't know. I'm not sure. That's why I said whatever they call it. I do think it's dividance. Divided. I do know that because it says it right here. It's not dividends, because I was thinking that too. Dividend. It's division. That's what I mean. Dividend. Division. But I was thinking dividend, but it's not dividend. I didn't even know what dividend is. Dividends, and it's divided. Right? He cannot stand, and they are divided against each other now more than ever. Funny. Luke, that's exactly what happened to us. Remember? Southern tribe, south and north. It's like the fist of the North Star and the fist of the South Star. We fought against each other, and guess what? Our kingdom did not stand, because the northern kingdom broke off from the southern kingdom, and therefore it turned into the southern kingdom, because it wasn't the southern kingdom nor the northern kingdom. It turned into that, and then the northern kingdom amongst themselves, they started to fall also, and then the southern kingdom amongst themselves, they started to fall also. So now we're just individuals, but the Lord is bringing us back together, and therefore we will stand in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and we will stand before them as the angel of the Lord once that time comes. War is on the horizon. You see, the KKKs and Nazis and that cave supremacy groups and stuff like that, they've been talking shit for years that they're going to bring a race war globally, stuff like that, right? Well, the Heavenly Father is going to do it, and he's going to do it just like it says in the book of Matthew chapter 24. He's going to do it. Matthew 24 verse 3 until verse 8, and you can read the rest if for yourself if you have the time. But there you have the race war that's going to come, and the Lord already established it. And also Micah chapter 5, and also Micah chapter 5 here, and also Zechariah chapter 12 here, and also Zechariah chapter 13, or 9 and 13, sorry, 9 and 13. Zechariah 9:13. When I have bent Judah for me, filled the bowl with Ephraim. That's all 12 tribes coming together. And raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as a sword, as the sword of a mighty man. So the sons of Zion are going to fight the sons of Greece. Obadiah chapter 1 also talks about it. Obadiah chapter 1 and 18 also raise wars. But O Greece is against Japhet. But the modern day Grecians are the Edomites. So it's against them too. And against Japhet. Don't get it twisted. They too. Thailand, Indonesia, Molucca, Jaffa, which is Japhans, Yafana. These people. I actually don't know what's wrong with the internet, but I think I might have to do some calling. Okay, let me go on while it loads. And yeah, it's not done. Consent. Huh? Is it here? Weird. Bali also, Indonesia. These people, these are Yafana. These are Japhetic people. They look Asian, but they're not. This is a Hindustani. This is Elam. This is not a Yafan. You see, Hindu Rama. But to be all fair, you had the Persians, which is Elam, and you had the Medes, which the Medo-Persian Empire. This is them. They are the Medes and the Persians. They were together back then. They're not necessarily as much as together right now, but still, I was just mentioning it because, this made me think about it. The Persians. Right, going back to over here. Luke 11:18. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Because ye say that I cast out devils through Beelzebub. Right, but this is which HAHAHA, but still. This is good. Right. So now let me end it up with a scripture which I said that I would, but I forgot it. Where I didn't forget. I know I had it somewhere. Okay. Where did I put it? Oh yeah, Psalms 58. The book of Psalms here it is. Psalms 58 and 10. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked, so that a man shall say, verily, surely, there is a reward for the righteous, because the righteous has been suffering for over 6,000 years. If you read the scriptures, you will come to the conclusion that, hey, wait a minute, all the righteous people are always getting murdered. For example, if you read the book of Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4, you will see, be like, what? But the Heavenly Father has a beautiful reward for you. The ones that are willing to do good, still willing to do good. The book of Psalms chapter 73 also shows you that. The wicked are very prosperous in this world. You'd be like, hey, what the hell? So, but if the Lord really loves us, how come he's making us suffer? Because he has a plan for you. His plan is for you to be immortal and no more sorrow. You see, the scripture says that for the things, what if, Romans chapter 8 verse 18. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. That's it. You can read the rest until verse 23. You can read the whole chapter if you want to, if you have the time. But the point was there. The sufferings that we go through right now It's nothing compared to what the Heavenly Father is going to give us. Nothing. Just the fact that we're going to be able to be flying should counter off, should make you want to go into slavery 15 times. How about that? You're going to be able to fly. Nobody is, they're not going to be able to do that. These heathen nations are not going to be able to do that. Because certain, let me say this. The majority of the people on this planet Earth will never fly. You will be flown, and still not the majority. You will be flown, but you're never going to fly. You're never going to fly. You don't know how to operate a plane. You don't know how to operate a helicopter. You don't know. So, you're never going to fly. So once we get that spiritual power, guess what? You're also never going to fly. We're going to be the only one that's doing the flying. And we don't need no equipment, like a machine or whatever. That's Esau's territory. We're going to be the vessel to fly. Nowadays, you have jetpacks. Military, this one. Jetpacks of military. We have videos of this. Yeah, here. This one. I actually is looking for this one. It's a very good example. Again, the majority of the people on the planet Earth will never be able to do this. They won't. Because you ain't got that money. See? See how fun it looks? It looks fun, isn't it? It looks fun. It looks dangerous, but it looks fun. This is what we're going to do. If you don't believe that the Heavenly Father will be able to give us this, and He will, you have to understand He already gave Esau. This is Esau's way of flying. This is how he rolls. This is how he rocks. This is what he does. This is what he do. But he needed equipment. This equipment. He needed. Without it, he can't. If he falls in the water right now, he can't get up. But we're going to be able to go up in the water, get down, go back up here, and just do all what we want. Go back up here, come out the water again, do what we want, under the ground, under the water, too. Whatever, wherever, whenever. You know? We're going to be able to do this. You see, this is his time right now, you know? This is fun. It looks fun. He might sell you this as an attraction or something. When it's cheaper to make, then he probably would make you pay to use this. Then you could just fly around for a half an hour or maybe 20 minutes. And then you get to pay a certain fee, you know? And then he will get rich off of you again, once more. I'll put this link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. But they have their things. They have their little blessings. But anyway, verily there is a reward for the righteous. Verily, he is a God that judges in the earth. Right. Because all the things that done happen to us, you be asking yourself like, hey, ain't the Lord going to judge these people? You know how many rape, rob, murder they have done? There is this movie called Insider. You should watch it. Insider. What is this movie? Insider. 1999 it was, yeah. I think it was about the... I haven't watched it. Somebody told me about it, so I'm about to watch it too. It's about the tobacco company. You don't want to know how many people got killed because of the millions, hundreds of millions of people died because of this shit. And they ain't doing nothing about it. Then you have another movie called Dark Waters. Dark Waters 2019. There's another movie that you should. This is based on a true story. This is based on a true story. Straight drama. Drama. Not action drama, comedy drama, no. Drama, 2 times. And this is drama thriller. Because it's kind of spooky. The shit that the shit that these devils can do with their money. It is kind of spooky. Because they're devils. That's why our King David, sorry, not the Lord. That's why King David said, hide me from the wicked counsel Oh, it goes faster again. Let me see if it goes faster. Oh, it goes faster again. So it was probably a hiccup. The internet probably didn't work good or whatever. It said, Psalm 64 and 2. No, 1. Hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the enemy. For what? Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, the secret conspiracy council, the people that conspire together. That word conspiracy is a real word, but they're trying to trick you into making you think that it is not real, that it's something to be ridiculed, so that your thought process would diminish because they make you stupid. Diminish. Decrease, become less. Because when you hear that word conspiracy, you're stupid, you're dumbified, you're afraid of that word. They make you scared because that's what they do. Oh, you're homophobic. No, I'm not. See? They scare you again. But because if you analyze that word, what does phobia mean? A phobia is an uncontrollable, irrational, and lasting fear of a certain object, situation, or activity. Fear of spiders. People have that. Fear of certain animals. For example, children, when they see a dog, they start crying, running, screaming. That's a phobia. They can't control it. Is it? Well, it is rational because it's big. It's a big animal. And also the child is small. But if you're a grown person and you're scared of a chihuahua, you start hysterically crying, passing out, then you got a phobia. You really got a phobia. Right, top 10 phobias. Somewhere must be spiders. Yeah. Oh, fear. Oh yeah, fear of flying, fear of heights. Spiders. I knew it was spiders, but I was looking here. Sorry. I knew spiders would be in there. A lot of people are afraid of spiders. Females, a lot of them. Afraid of failure. Yeah. Afraid of death. Afraid of heights. Flying, of course. Those are phobias. Now, are you scared of a sodomite like that? No, you're not. So they're playing with these words, trying to make you afraid of being called a homophobic. That's because they already planned that shit, man. You see, these devils are smarter than you think. The children of darkness are wiser than the children of light. In this time, they are. They really are. They're wiser than you. That's why they call themselves the illuminated one. And that's why they use an owl, because an owl can see in the dark. And the Lord said the world is covered with darkness. So they can see in this darkness because they're smarter than you. But once you are enlightened by Yahweh Bashem Yahshai and you got the eye salve, you can see the world and them. You see them first, actually. And then you see the darkness that they have spread upon the earth. You'd be like, damn, that's some thick darkness, man. Wow, for example, you can see that they have turned everybody into a sodomite. You'd be like, how is this even possible? Well, they're smart. They're very wise to do evil. Psalm 64 and 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, because they really stand up. They come out of the darkness, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. That's what they're doing. This is a beautiful chapter for the wicked on the earth. The so-called caucus people. They do this. This is theirs. You have wicked Israelites that do the same thing too, but they don't have no power, because all of them go and beg the king, please king, give us the authority to do something about certain things that we don't like. Okay. That's why China cannot invade Tibet, because Artaxerxes is right there, and he's not gonna allow it. And if China dares, then there's gonna be a fight, and China don't want that fight. They know they're gonna lose millions of people. They know they're gonna, so they ain't gonna do it. They wait until Esau falls, and then they're gonna get them Tibetans. They can't wait to butcher the shit out of them, and they really angry at them. It's like when you know you can beat up somebody, but that person is walking around with a bodyguard all the time. Like for example, this guy, 6'9". They know. Oh, it's going faster now. Okay, cool, better. Right. So they know that I can beat your ass up. Look how small you are. Look at these big ass. You'd be like, shit. Can't rock him today. I can't rock his ass to sleep today. Rock-a-bye, baby. Knock your ass out. Make you go to sleep. And yeah, you can't do that. Because, you're going to have to deal with them. And they're not people that you don't want to deal with them. You want to deal with him. But you can't. So, when you catch him dipping in his Lolo, then you finna get him. And then you're going to pound on him. All the anger that you had all these years. Look at this guy over here, man. Shit. All the anger that you had all the time that you couldn't get him. Now you finally get him. That's basically exactly what's happening right now. This is Tibet. And, I don't know, somebody else is China. And China is being protected by America right now, which is the three here. But they want to get him, but they can't. So they're shit. Let's wait. Like I said, China wants to invade. Life lore. Real life lore. I'm going to put this link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. This website over here, you need to check it. It's very good with wars and stuff like that. You have Ukraine wars, you have the Arabian thing. With this, you can see that the Arabians are fighting against each other, man. And the Most High is setting them up against each other to make them fight each other, man. Oh, sorry, it's actually this video. Sorry, I was looking at this. Sorry, I made a mistake. It's here. These Ishmaelites have wars amongst each other, man. Wars. Going back to their ancestors, man. Beautiful. I didn't know about these wars. I knew that they don't like each other because I saw so-called ISIS people blow up other Arabs and loose from the ISIS other Arab groups blowing up other Arabs. Like I knew it had something to do with house Negroes basically versus field Negroes. I know it had something to do with that. But then you have to put the other element extra, which is then therefore sellouts. People, yeah, which are house Negroes. So yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. But you have people that fight for money. Yeah, those are sellouts too. Yeah. Okay, let's say it different. You have different branches of house Negroes. You have the ones that sell out for money. You have the ones that sell out because they want to have power over their people. You have the ones that sell out because, they just love Edomites. They just fucking love them. And then you have the other ones that sell out that play like they love Edomites, but actually they want the power for themselves, but they still sell out. They still will take your weapons and your plans to bring down somebody that's ruling over you. Because you don't want him to rule over you. You want to rule over yourself. You want to make a name for your own, stuff like that. So you have all these type of wars fighting there, different branches of sellouts. Ones do it for money, other ones do it for, I don't know, man. They have different reasons. But if you watch this video, you will see. Some of them do it for their own ancestry, and because a lot of these people over here, you have a certain, I think it was Saudi Arabia, all of the Muslims hate them. Because they see them as the house Negroes. And they're the richest. You can't fuck with them. If you fuck with them, you're going to fuck with Esau. Because Esau got his stuff infested in there. So, they back off of him. But they do want to kill them. But they know when they're going to war with Esau and all his bombing. They don't really want to do that. So, they just leave them kind of alone. But they don't like them. And then you have the other ones that are here in Mongolia. The Mongolian hate the Chinese and they don't want them there. And as soon as they see the Chinese, they beat them up they got beautiful wars, man. The Heavenly Father is making them fight against each other beautifully. You have no understand. I didn't know until this video popped up. I didn't know that the Mongolians hated the Chinese like that, like real thick. And the Mongolians, they're actually big. Mongolian people, wrestlers or something like that. You know, they're actually kind of big compared to the other Asian people. Just like these goofs, these goofs over here, you know. But anyway, they're kind of big. But the point is that when Edomites go over there, they beat them up because they don't want them to touch their females. Crazy. When I read that, I started to respect them. I like that. I like that about them. I like that. You know, I like that about them. I checked it up a little bit because I wasn't really into Mongolia. They're built different. Yes, they are. I've seen them. I've seen them built different. Yeah. Yes, they are. But like I said, this from 2022. I knew them only since here. I know about Mongolia, but I didn't look into them. That's what I mean. Sorry. Yeah. So I didn't really look into them. But after this, I looked into them, and then I saw them. I was like, yeah. These are big dudes. Right. But yeah. I also found out about their food. They don't have a lot of vegetables over there. Everything is imported because Mongolian landscape is shit. It's shit. It's garbage. It's garbage. You don't even have no trees almost, and the trees that you do have are pine trees, which don't have fruit. It's just empty. It's a wasteland, and they eat mostly milk things. You know, their diet meme. Let's put the meme to ridicule them, but it's still the truth. They eat milky things and meat. What did Mongolia warrior eat? Yeah. Cemetery time. They eat a lot of. Well, if you watch it, they eat a lot of meat and stuff like that. A little bit potatoes and bread. A lot of bread. They don't have a lot of fruit and vegetables. They eat a lot of meat. And of course you have abominable meat there. But they actually have a lot of good meat. Yak and chicken and lamb and stuff like that. Which is good. You know, you can read upon them for yourself if you have the time. Or you could watch this video, which is even more fun for me. Because like I said, I don't like reading. So when I watch these videos, I get to learn while seeing pretty pictures on the thing flashed up before me. So always pretty pictures. And then I learn faster. It's more fun. How North Korea finally made it impossible to escape. Good. You have all these information and stuff like that. You have beautiful things. How you will understand how the Saudi Arabians got rich. And they wasn't rich going 60, 70 years ago. They started to be trillionaires recently. You know, the fastest growing place on the planet Earth is Qatar, the world's most richest country, right? How Qatar became the world's most OP country, right? With oil and stuff like that. It's beautifully explained how everything came together, you know? Just watch it. It's very good to watch. Very informative. Very dope. It will give you a lot of scriptures in your head, and it will show you the wars that are browsing and happening. And very like, for example, this war over here between Azerbaijan and Armenia, which was about 9 months ago, but they didn't talk about it in the media, and here they do. So that's good. And you understand the Chinese. Whoa, shit! This one is a good one. You know, this one is really very good, really good. I wanted to say very and really at the same time. Very good. This one is very good, and it will bring up scriptures in your head concerning Koshi. Shit, I lost it. I made a video about this and I pulled the scriptures, but I lost it. Wait, let me see. Anyway, the Lord is setting up these nations against each other, so they're gonna fight each other, you know. But once that time comes, when Yahushua comes, he is going to make them all get together and fight him, just like how they came together and fought Thanos, fought Apocalypse, fought Ultron, you know, just like that. So that's also a symbolic for the Heavenly Father's Son, Yahushua. But it's also for us, because we are joined unto Yahushua, right? And before Yahushua comes, they're going to fight us all in together. And they have been fighting us for a couple of thousand years right now. Going back since the time of the Greeks. They know. And the Greeks were like, what, 3,000 years ago? 2,000 minus 2,000 right now is 2,000. So minus 2,023 is 0. And then therefore you had 600 years before that, which is 600 BC. I think that was the time of the Greek. Yeah, 600 BC, 900 BC even. So yeah, 600. Okay, yeah, 900 BC you could say, but 600 until it lasted until the 600 BC, right? Okay, cool. So 900. So that's about what 3,000 years ago was the Greek Empire. That you could say. You could say that. I mean, that you could say that. Yeah, that you could say. You could say that. About 3,000 years ago was the Greek Empire. And then around 600 was the Roman Empire, if I'm correct, right? Because that's what I actually made a mistake with. Okay, 400 BC. No. No, this is after. This is AD. 31 BC. The fall of Rome came here, but Rome began here. 700. Yeah, around 700, 600 BC. What time? Yeah, see? I was like, wow. Okay. Oh, Imperial Rome. Yeah, whatever, man. They just added and they slapped a new word around it. But yeah, I remember that the Roman Empire was around 600 BC. That's why I made the mistake with the Greek. But the Greek was 300 years before them. Okay, cool. So right. But you gonna understand. Just watch this thing, man. You gonna understand a few things, and it's fun, because you know. And then when you read the scriptures, you start to learn about there was a lot of wars in the past, and there's a lot of wars right now, right? You learn about the Russia and stuff like that. But I will have to tell you, this guy is a sucker. He loves Europe and he hates Russia. So the information that he gives you is beautiful. It's spot on. It's correct. But he doesn't give you the other side. Now, if you want the other side, you need to go to my channel. And that is, where is that again? I'll put the link in the description box, you know. But I don't think I have uploaded Russian. Oh yeah. I do have it. It's here. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, you are Amalek. Yeah, go watch that. Right, now going on. Let me see. I think I lost a lot of things that I was talking about, but anyway, that doesn't matter. But yeah. If I remember it, I'll probably talk about it in another video or something. So with that, just one thing here. Psalms 59, 58, and 10. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked, so that a man shall say, verily, there is a reward for the righteous. Verily, he is the God that judgeth in the earth. Right? Because like I said, if you read Psalm 73, if you read a lot of other verses, you will ask yourself, like, So Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4. Like, how come these wicked people are allowed to just keep on doing what they're doing? That's because the Lord had set them up on a slippery slope, and they're going to fall. It doesn't look like it, but it will. And when it does, you're going to get the glory of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which is immortal life, immortality, infinite speed, infinite energy, infinite stamina, everything and anything you could possibly imagine. Matthew chapter 6, whatever your heart's desire, whatever you wish for, pray for, before you pray for it, you already got it, because the Lord already heard you before you even said it. So he's going to give you before you even know about it. Even if it, before it formed in your mind, to like, hey, I actually want, oh, okay. Yeah, like that. That's how we going to get stuff. That's how we going to get things. we going to get things done. We're going to be prosperous. We're going to have our own water, our own food, our own women. And you're going to be ours. Because a female now likes to say, like, these men, they think they own us. Actually, they do. You come out of us. Yeah, I got boys and girls in my ball sacks. And yeah, that's it. That's the beginning of it. Because life begins in the man, the seed within him. Because Heavenly Father made it like that in the book of Genesis chapter 1. The seed that is within you, that's for plants and fruits, yes. But the man also, the seed grows and originates within the man. And then therefore the man puts it in the wife, waits for 9 to 10 months, comes out. You might look like your mother, but you're my seed, my bloodline, my genealogy. The woman is the result of a genealogy. The woman is not, she doesn't have a genealogy. Or, sorry, she doesn't create a genealogy. She is the result of a genealogy. And it stops with her, because she's going to receive sperm from another family. And that's not yours. That's not your bloodline. Those children are your grandchildren, yes. Because a part of it, yes, is still your genes. It's still your seed that multiplied now. Or it's still your gene, which is your daughter, that is used to multiply his seed that from that man that she's with. So that child is his bloodline from the boy that is with your daughter, but it's also your flesh, which is your daughter's child that came out your daughter, which is your flesh also, but it's not your bloodline, unless he's also an Israelite. then I wouldn't worry. Then I'm not bothered with that, because that's a Jacob descendant. I mean, it doesn't matter what tribe he is from. He's an Israelite, so it's still actually my ancestor, which is going back to Jacob eventually, you know. So I have no problem with that. But if another motherfucker comes in the family, that's not my shit. And once the time comes, you're gonna be put to death. You and my daughter, motherfucker. Yep. But for now, you can do whatever you think is right to do. Okay? Go ahead. Goat ahead. Do what you think that you're supposed to be doing. I already told you what you need to be doing. But hey, since you want to be free, goat ahead then. Goat ahead. Go ahead. Do what you feel like it's good. It's supposed to be done. You're gonna end up really sad once that time once this comes to pass. You're gonna be like her, but then again you're not, because she's still talking. She's still talking. She still has water in her system, wherewith she can cry. She still has fluid in there, flowing, being all warm and shit. But once that time comes, it's gonna be great. But anyway, these are the type of powers that we're gonna get. Esau has it. Esau has it right now. He has his blessing, which is fun. I just look at it. It looks fun. But just like how the majority of the planet Earth will never, ever, ever have this, experience this. That's what I'm looking for in my head. Experience this. How it feels to fly like this. That's the same way none of you will experience how it is to fly once we get that spiritual power. Once the Israelites get that spiritual power. So it's going to be still the same. You know, the majority of the planet Earth will never know how this feels. And the majority of the planet Earth will never, ever know how it feels to be an Israelite flying. maybe in the kingdom, we're going to be able to, cause you to feel how it flies, because we have power and then we can make you fly. It's possible. Anything anything is possible with the Lord, because Esau can make it possible to where you also get this in order to fly. Might have it on a attraction, like a carnival or place where you can rent this for 20 minutes, because it's not that far-fetched. Why? Because back in the days, only Edomites was allowed to have cars for the majority, because Jason was making cars also, by the way. Better than Ford, by the way, but they killed them and they broke everything. But it's all good. It's all good. These devils, it's their world right now. They got away with that, so it's all good. It's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good. Once that time comes, we're gonna pay you back. But yeah, nowadays everybody can get a car, but actually not everybody, not 100% of the people on the planet Earth, because you have certain countries where they just cannot afford a car, so they will never drive a car themselves. They can't, because they can't afford it. So hey, that's it. It's done. Well, it's the same thing with the spiritual powers. We're going to be able to fly. We're going to be able to do things with our mind and our bodies that you will never be able to do. Just like how we are not able to do this freely out of ourselves. Yeah. So with that, shalom. Just like this bear over here says, toodaloo. And toodaloo. Shalom.